Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I've already did my eyebrows. Don't mind that big old thing on the side. See, it's like hecka swollen. It's just horrible. Anyways, and yeah, like I've been breaking out hecka bad. I don't know why, but we are going to continue. So what I am going to start doing is how-tos every week. So I'm not thinking of what to throw at you guys. Sorry. What to throw at you guys all the time. I'm going to do a how-to every week, and we're going to start from the basics. So we're going to go how to apply your primers, how to apply your foundations and face powders if you do face powders. And then like coming up the weeks, we're going to do how to apply your concealer, how to apply your contour, your highlight, baking, different, because it's not just baking to where you can just, you throw powder. We'll just get into all that. So there's different ways and different steps you can do things depending on how you're trying to appear your face or what type of look you're looking for. So we're gonna start doing a how-to every week. I'm so excited because we're gonna move and we're gonna start from the basics, and then by the time we get kind of like not towards the end but more along the videos, we're gonna move to like dramatic looks, so my goal is to teach you how not to perfect your makeup, because no one's perfect and you're always gonna mess up no matter what, especially when it comes to like the biggest thing like liquid eyeliner. You're never gonna perfect that. And sometimes even your brows, they're not always gonna be the same. They're not always gonna be the same, like the same shape every single day, because there's one day I'll do like a spike shape on my eyebrows and next day they look hecka boxy. It's just so, but you're not going to be perfect, but I just want you to be able to grab some techniques, some tricks, and then we're also going to go into high-end makeup if you're trying to spend your money on expensive makeup. And then we're also gonna, like, I'm gonna bring everything to the table. I'm gonna bring on every look. We're gonna go with cheap, we're gonna go with semi-expensive, or we're gonna go straight expensive. So there's gonna be a lot of things that we're gonna go into, and I just hope you guys enjoy it, because we are gonna be doing this. It's gonna be like an episode kind of thing, and I just hope that you guys like it and take stuff from it and learn and grow, and that's really it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the video now, and this is gonna be the how-to 101 basic primer and foundation. Okay, so starting off with the primer, I have different types of primers here, as you can see. So from oily to dry skin, excuse me, kind of like everything. Like, I highly recommend, if you don't want to go expensive, or if your face is sensitive and stuff like that, like this is really good for you. This is the Mario Badescu, I don't even know how to say it, but it's a skincare facial spray. It has, I don't know, herbs, and it's a rose water basically. So you can use this as a primer and as a setting spray for I kind of don't, well, here you can have, this is not expensive. This is the matte finish, or no, the first base primer by NYX, and this is also a finished spray, but that's different. And then this is also good if you're wanting to invest your money into something and you have oily skin. This is really good, and this is really good. These two are like the best. And if you kind of have like how I have like some acne or anything, Murad is also good. This is a matte finish and a moisturizer, and it's oil control. It has SPF 15, and Murad, the blue color, it is it's more for acne control. So what I'm going to use for my primer today is going to be just the rose water here. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face. It smells so good. It wasn't the spray. My throat was itching. So it really smells good. It's really light. It's probably the most, it's probably best for your skin if you have sensitive skin or regular skin. I'm not too sure about oily. I haven't really used that one, but it smells really good, and I'm not trying to go all crazy. But okay, so here we have different foundations. We have drugstore, and we have high-end products, and then we also have my foundation stick that I like using, what I'm really into. So this is more of the expensive side. I'm just gonna tell you that, but it works good. It blends out great. Oh, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a beauty blender on, I'm gonna do a beauty blender on this side and a beauty blender on this, I don't know, we'll see. Beauty blender on one side and then the brush on the other side. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a high-end, and then I'm gonna use a affordable. So I have oily skin, so most of the foundations that I buy are just for oily skin. But the Maybelline Fit Me, this is affordable. This one right here is not for, these two right here are not for just oily skin. Excuse me. This is the Revlon Airbrush Effect. This has like really good coverage. This one does also, it's medium to full coverage. You can build with this. This one is like, you can build to like full, like. Okay, so to talk about brush and beauty blender. So as I apply it on both sides, you're going to see what the difference is. If you don't apply with the beauty blender and you apply with the brush, you don't want to go for a fluffy brush. You want to go more with a flat top, has more bristles, more tight within, because then you can kind of blend a little bit, and it just blends everything out nicely. Versus a fluffy brush. A fluffy brush isn't gonna really give you that full coverage that. Alright, so what I applied on this side of the face is my Hourglass foundation stick, and what I applied on this side, I mixed my foundations with the Sonia Kashuk. Like, this is the best thing ever. I love this stuff. And then the Maybelline Fit Me, and I mixed both of them together on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna buff this out, and you'll see how for this one I forgot what the retail value is on this one, but it's expensive, I could tell you that. But it blends out really nicely, and this is like the brush one. So it blends out nicely. You can pat into the skin. You can kind of swoop. You see how it's just like automatically not disappearing, but just blending out. I don't want to mess up my eyebrows. And just blend this outward. Blend into the skin. So this, you can see how we blended out this side of the face with the brush. Now we're going to grab the beauty blender and we're going to blend out on this side. And you'll be able to see the difference. I hope I'm not two different colors. Because when I find foundation, I don't, oh gosh, this thing, oh, it hurts so bad. I don't ask to be matched. I just, maybe because I've worn makeup so much, like foundation, for so long, I just kind of go by what I see, and I'm like, okay, that looks like my color, and just grab it. Scared. mess up my eyebrows. And I normally don't do my eyebrows first. I don't know about y'all, but I have to apply this all over my foundation first before I apply any of my eyebrows. So you kind of really don't see a difference. Honestly, this is more of a wetter feel versus this side. This one just feels like I just laid it kind of on my skin. This one, when you're patting in with the wetness, you're kind of just digging it into your pores, and both are fine with me. I don't have like a preference. I actually been going in with the brush more than I am with the Beauty Blender. But if you ever find a brush, you want to find one that's flat top. They have more bristles stuck, you know, together. If you go with the Beauty Blender and it's not the actual real Beauty Blender, you don't have to buy, whoops, sorry, close up. You don't have to buy the real Beauty Blender. This one is the Real Techniques one, but for a long time, I just recently bought a Beauty Blender, and I really have not used it like that. I don't know why. This is just, I don't know. But most of the time I buy my, I would buy my Beauty Blenders at like Burlington Coat Factory. And what I do is, when it's in the wrapping, I'll squeeze the wrapping. And if I can feel through the plastic wrapping that it's bouncing, then I'm like, okay, this worth $3.99. So you don't have to buy the real Beauty Blender, especially if you can't afford it. I mean, it's $20, and it can be a lot. I mean, that can be a lot for a sponge, especially if you don't wear makeup a lot, or if it's just not in your budget. So you can find Beauty Blenders at Burlington Coat Factory. That's like my main thing. I never really shopped like for stuff like that any other place, or Marshalls or stuff like that, those kind of stores. With the brush, this, I mean, is an expensive brush. It's a IT Cosmetic brush, but you can find like this brush, the same kind of thing. This is a flat top. This is kind of more close together. It's still soft and wispy, and I bought it in a set of 8 for like $6 on Wish. No joke, because I love to bargain shop. I love expensive things too, but if you can find a deal, I snag it. I'm trying to see if I can see any other brushes that are cheaper. There's e.l.f. e.l.f. has the black ones. Don't get the white ones, because the white ones are harder and they're rougher on your skin versus the black coloring of the e.l.f. brushes. They also have flat top brushes. That would work the same thing. Whether it's expensive or whether it's cheap, just as long as it's something like this and it doesn't hurt your skin or is gonna make it feel uncomfortable, I don't see nothing wrong with that. So this is just it. Oh, and then what I normally do, sorry, I'll just grab this one. So I go either in with the MAC, or I can go in with the Maybelline Fit Me. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me. And if you apply face powder on your face, you want to get more of a fluffier brush, and opposed to a Beauty Blender. I don't use, for powder, I don't use a Beauty Blender. And I just swipe it all over my face. This is me. This is just what I like to do. You don't have to do this. You don't have to wear your makeup like this, especially if you don't like to have too much makeup or make it feel too heavy. You don't have to do that. It's just something that I do. You can use a translucent powder. You can set your whole face with either the translucent powder, or after you contour, you can kind of like what you bake with and just blend it all in throughout your face. But that's really it. This is our first episode for How To 101, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, like, Twitter, Facebook. No, I'm just kidding. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Till next week, we will go ahead and move into, I don't know, I'll think about it then, but bye.